viewers may find the following footage deeply disturbing. For more awesome content, like and subscribe now. Lock and load, bitches.
All right, so for those of you who drank the Kool-Aid last week, if you want to still be happy with your life, go ahead and click the X in the corner now.
Oh boy. What did I sign up for today?
I'm very cynical. I did not drink at the eBay Kool-Aid. I don't care. You know who else drank the Kool-Aid? All the people that follow Jim Jones. They drank the Kool-Aid. Damn it.
I mean, I heard it was Berry Blast, which is really good.
Come to the temple.
No, they followed him across the world and drank the Kool-Aid, for goodness sake. So we're just going to talk about eBay Open, and we're probably late because everybody and their brothers made a video about it, but whatever.
Let me say my piece on eBay Open. Okay, I'm done.
Good talk, John.
It's amazing how good their marketing and people are, because they got 5,000 people out there, and then they got them. A lot of them are YouTubers, and they made a lot of videos, and everything was rah, rah, rah in the moment because, they put on a good show. I've been out there. I've seen it. I've experienced it and left, fired up and ready to do. The problem is you step back and look at some of the things they announce, and I made ChatGPT give me a list of all the things they announced. Like some of the stuff. Okay, so eBay has been allowing. This is how it is. We've heard you, and we are making changes. eBay has allowed a customer, when an item is in transit and still moving, because it didn't meet their arbitrary date that they told them it was going to be there. Because they will, if it says you ship in 2 days, eBay will tell them it could be there as soon as Thursday, whenever But your shipping policy says I don't have to ship it till Wednesday. But you're not getting it, and so now you've got a customer who's thinking there's false expectations there, and so once it gets past Thursday, oh my god, it's not here. I need a refund, and they open a case, and in 48 hours, eBay either closes the case against you or forces a refund on you, and they go, well, we've heard you, and we're going to cover you if it shows back up. Well, no shit. You shouldn't have been extorting us to take money away from the seller to begin with. And how many hundreds of thousands of transactions have you done this? Have you allowed customers to steal money?
I've had it happen, I'd say at least 5 or 6 times.
I bet there's nobody in the chat that this hasn't happened to. Unless you're a brand new seller. And if you're a brand new seller, you're not listening to me because I scare you.
Steve, how much did you refund that COVID Christmas, Steve?
Oh, God. But that was all Amazon, though.
That was Amazon?
For what? COVID? During COVID?
Yeah. I can't. I will blast you.
When nothing was going through the USPS.
Oh, I didn't refund much at all that time because most of my stuff went through. But I did. There was still a couple $100.
Right.
I don't get me wrong. I'm glad they've come to their senses and they're doing some things. But did you go to eBay Open and not expect it to be rah seller? They weren't going to. They knew their audience. They knew they're not buyers. They're not going to go push things, which they should have, because if you're selling on eBay and you can't see that a benefit to the buyer benefits you, because a positive for the platform is still a positive, no matter which side they're on. But they quietly, whenever, there were some rumors going around, and some people were saying, yeah, we would like to make it to where everyone, all accounts get paid 3 days after delivery, but that's not very popular. So we're not really talking about that. They were, okay. So here's another one they celebrated: 4 parts only, no returns. So in the real world, if you describe it accurately as for parts of repair, no returns, there is no such thing as a not as described, because you described the damn thing as broken. It can't be much more broken than broken. And so these people don't read descriptions, don't read pictures, don't read anything. They look at an item and go, oh my God, look at the great price. I'm getting a deal, and they think they are getting one over on you. And when their mistake is realized, they cry to eBay. Oh my God, this is not as described because it doesn't work. Where you bought a unit that says it didn't work, you dumbass. And
I was watching a news story yesterday, kind of along the same lines. This father and son bought a what they thought was a condo in Florida
right.
for $9,000, $150,000 condo, but they
Well,
actually bought they bought a 1-inch strip of land. That's all they bought. But it was all well and good when they thought they were getting over on the people who were selling the condo, right? It wasn't well and good once they got the news out there and all sorts of shit because they were angry about it. Well, it's because people don't read shit. I'm sure it said you're buying a 1-inch strip of land.
To eBay's credit, they're now going to put the disclaimers and when you on the buy screen and other things, warning these people, you realize you're buying a 4-parts item. This is not returnable. Because they are trying to hedge their bets against buyers who are, if they didn't read and look at pictures, do we think they're going to read these things too? And so, I mean, there were some good things in that. Let me get over here. In the chat, if some of the things if they announce that you like, let us know. We'll tell you what we think about it.
No underwear Fridays.
They did announce no underwear Fridays. So if you have a sensitive nose and that kind of palate, don't go to work on Fridays.
Hey, John, is that like a sunroom or something? Is that what it normally is? Okay. Because it looks awful small.
So the AI is everywhere. AI messaging, offers and messaging. I do like the fact that the your cost field track your cost. I think that should be. And I'm not one of these people who go, "Oh my God, eBay's gonna know what I got to pay for it. They're gonna charge us more." No, I don't think that's the case. I think that opens the door for someone like my reseller Genie. There's a link below if you need some accounting help to give you more services and allow your accounting to be better and more accurate because you can input costs as you go. That is a tool. That is a useful tool, just like the custom SKU tool line is useful to sellers. That one actually was pretty good. Phil said he liked that the bar was open at the end. It's to help you wash down all that bullshit you've been ingesting.
Well,
the alcohol will cut through that.
They are making some positive changes for the site.
No, I'll give them that, but
for sure.
My problem with eBay, Steve, and everybody here has been doing it for a long time, is they have a tendency to do the exact opposite of what you should do. They overpromise and underdeliver, where everybody else thinks, well, maybe
that's true.
Maybe I should underpromise and overdeliver.
I'll be real fucking gentle.
That's what Chief Engineer Scott Montgomery on Star Trek always told everybody.
Scott Montgomery.
Yeah.
Is that his real name? I'm going to look it up now.
I think it's Scott.
Scotty?
Yeah, Scotty.
Scotty. See, here's the thing. Here's what I expect out of them: inventory mapping AI. Use of AI to make listings will be rolled out to select sellers. This is what I expect out of eBay, to roll this out to select accounts, just like they've rolled out eBay Live to select accounts. If you're not a huge cheerleader for eBay, if you didn't pucker up and lick their boots when you were there, good luck, because eBay Live is a joke. It's going to be a powerful tool, don't get me wrong, and I think eBay Live is really going to put a hurting on some of these live platforms. But the advantage they're allowing their select few to get over everybody else because they have rolled this out terribly is ridiculous.
I'm going to do this only one time. Tom was right.
I'm damn right I was right. It was Star Trek.
Tom was right. Holy shit.
Well, no, it was always referred to as Scotty.
Yeah.
Okay, so they talked about their new AI listing tool.
Beam me up.
Can I ask the chat? Do y'all trust eBay to make an AI listing? You use their lister now. Every one of you bitches about descriptions. AI descriptions are terrible. We don't use them. If you go and look at their suggested prices, they're a joke. You look at you look at how they suggest promoted listings. I got a 17.5 this weekend when I was listing. I'm like, eBay, you must be out of your damn mind. I think I'm gonna give you an additional 17.5% on top of the 13.5, on top of everything else.
The issue is going to be because it's free, people are going to use it.
Which so if they're using their own database, even my lovely wife is in there last night bitching about how bad listings are. She's like, these people don't know a damn thing about pirate. She's like, look at this person. They're calling this black and white bowl a non-production promo, some bullshit because she can't find it in any other color. And Johnny's like, it's a yellow bowl that faded. That's why she can't find it, because the bowl faded the colors out of it. It's nothing special other than it's a dishwasher damaged bowl. and Johnny sends the lady a message saying, hey, that bowl is faded. The lady, I know what I'm doing. I've been collecting for 15 years. You can't tell an eBay seller shit, especially when they're completely fucking wrong.
One time I posted I put up a postcard. It was from the big golf course up there near Raleigh, or where they are right in Virginia, where they do the big tournament every year, whatever that golf
in Pinehurst.
It was a like hole number 8. I don't remember what hole it was, but this guy posted. He says, I play that golf course every other day, and he said that hole does not exist. And I said, I'm just looking at a postcard from like 1948. He said they redid a bunch of of holes in the course, and I'm like, great. So I went and changed my listing and said, the Pinehurst changed their route of their golf course, and this hole does not exist anymore. And that thing sold in no time.
Make it super rare. You could have put the title.
Yeah.
Because this hole does not exist.
EUC rare super de duper. There you go.
I mean, but like the Pyrex Bowl, somebody's going to buy that thing. And
she was asking $750 for it, and it was damaged.
$750.
So nobody's going to buy it. No, the only people who would buy it is serious Pyrex collectors and serious.
And those people know and they know what it is, so they know better than that.
As soon as they get it, they're going to be returning it, because they're going to go, it's just dishwasher.
Speaking of returns, I had 2 returns this week. One was that camera that I sold for $150. You know what the problem was when I got it back? The battery was not charged. But now that's my fault, because the charger cable was not correctly working. So I gave it.
So like the Amazon customer returns the DVD player, the Blu-ray player, because it doesn't work because they didn't put batteries in the remote. Those folks.
But the problem was, she didn't tell me the battery was just. It says right on the screen, battery is depleted. It says it right on the screen. If she was honest with me, I would have figured out the solution and sent her a battery charger, a battery cable, because it's one of those Nikons that you can plug right into the camera.
So Peddling Profits, that's the problem with eBay, taking from their own, if they're using their own databases, is wrong. And so the other thing we know with eBay is they have a tendency to tell us, this is coming. How long did they tell us they were going to fix the immediate payment on offers? It took 2-3 years for that finally to roll out, and there's still issues.
Doesn't always work. It still doesn't
always work, and we're supposed to go, well, in October this is rolling out. Good for y'all.
I must have mine turned off, because I do not get immediate pay on. I think I turned that feature off.
I can't. Was it because the ice machine was too big, or was it too small?
What was wrong with that ice machine? I remember hearing a story.
The size was not as described. That's exactly right.
Asshole.
I got a return request yesterday for.
I'm sorry, Steve. I didn't mean to say that.
One of those little portable document scanners by Brother. Works great. Wonderful little document scanner. I got a return request yesterday. Just don't like it. Guess what
bet
you're going to
you.
have to pay? Return shipping. You know,
Yeah, that's the one so I guess I made a video yesterday. I don't necessarily think that we should. Sometimes you make videos just to make a point to get people talking.
did you see my comment?
I have not yet. I hadn't looked at it this morning. I looked at them. It's the, with the my whole point in the video is that is where eBay turned again. That's the point in time you can look at it and go, well, they sort of tilted the scales against sellers about there. That's where things started going against sellers, and because sellers will abuse that kind of stuff. Because so many new people act like children that don't miss the point at the end of the video where I said, you'd have to run me over with a car to make me leave a negative feedback. I just don't leave negative feedback. Doesn't mean the ability shouldn't be there, but yeah, they put the reason for that a cordless phone that doesn't fit. Where were you trying to put the cordless phone that it doesn't
Yeah.
fit? What orifice were you trying to stick this in?
Oh, there it goes. Okay, I got a question. What
I got a
happened?
question.
This
too,
person,
Tom.
this person said that they just don't like it. The
Yes.
scanner. Okay. Now, was that what they put in the return
Yes.
request? Okay.
No, he
They just
just
don't like it.
he
But you
used
know what the
Osmo.
real reason is? He used it to
Yeah.
what for the documents he needed, and now he's going to send it back. That's
So
what it
he
really
can't
is.
change it and say as not described. He's because he opened the return
They
with
can't.
he doesn't like
that
it.
has been done in the past, but I don't know.
See, my whole opinion on feedback is there should be a rating, like the 0 to 5 rating,
All right.
and that's it. It should be the rating, and either one should list it so it's not personal. So if I have a bad experience with a buyer, I should be able to leave them as a 1 or a 0, and that'll be it. And so when you
So-
look at a person's rate, they'll have just an overall rating. You're a 6. You're a 3.
On Whatnot, you can leave just a star rating, 1 to 5. You don't have to leave a comment.
Right.
And I like when I buy from the bigger people or I want a giveaway or something, I don't usually leave a comment. I just leave a 5-star rating because I got what I was supposed to get, if I get it. So why doesn't eBay implement that? We have now automatic feedback from the buyers to the sellers. Why don't we have automatic feedback the other way too then? Just do it. If a buyer was positive, paid the bill, because a lot of sellers still hold feedback positive, right?
Hey, Josh.
Feedback hostage. I mean.
Josh, I heard that it took them several hours to get the tattoo off of Janie and on his ass of your lips on his ass. Is that true?
But fortunately, if eBay doesn't roll it out to everybody, at least we have our friend Josh Galt and his fine product to fall back on. Now, mind you, it's a paid thing, but normally when they're paid, they're kind of like better than the free thing.
The only thing that worries me is that people, because it's free, people will use it.
I
And
want
then
to know
it's
how
gonna
many
muddy
people are
It's going to
using it.
muddy the waters. That's all.
I want to know how many people are using it.
Are they going to charge any kind of
No,
fee on that using the AI
I'm
lister?
sure
Are
you'll
they
have
going
to
to
have
raise?
I'm
Are
sure
they
you're
going to
gonna have
raise the rates of
store subscriptions probably.
yeah, that's the store subscription.
I'm going to guess you have to have a store subscription to use it. I don't know.
Because doesn't it cost like at the low end 5 cents a daggum ping?
For an API call,
Yeah.
something like that. But it's their own API, so they're not. You know what I mean? It's their own system.
It ain't 5 cents.
Not for
I
that.
just threw a number out there. I don't know what it is.
Well, there's going to be some power and stuff usage. Don't miss the fact that now certain states are having tremendous amounts of power usage because of the AI and all the infrastructure. To the point that BlackRock is now buying up power companies because that your power bill is going to go up because of the demand of all this AI and all this computer and all this. I mean, look at Huntsville. Huntsville, they're building a Facebook facility that's 3/4 of a mile long, at least half a mile wide. Do you think that place is going to take some power?
What's
It's Facebook's a huge data center they've built here.
We
Well,
got one here that's a square mile.
uh, you know, last year sometime I was watching or listening to these mining YouTubes, the Bitcoin mining YouTubes, and some of these guys' power bill was going from like, because they had them at home, their power bill was going from like $100 a month to like $900 a month because those PCs were just sitting there churning all 24 hours a day. And they started getting, this one guy said, I started getting calls from our power supplier talking about our usage. And
I mean, there's a reason why the Three Gorges Dam is where China puts a lot of their mining and stuff under it because they're using the natural cooling of that river. So let's see. MSG says, um, can we talk about why Tekken Sports hasn't released a video since his AI lister got blasted? I can answer that without really being specific. If you turn on some 70s radio and listen to Steve Miller, I believe he had a song that said, take the money and run. There you go. All right. So listen to some Steve Miller for your answer there.
sing it, Todd, sing it.
I'm
So
done
there
with
you go.
Todd singing.
Me.
Take your money and run. Okay.
It's not even close, Tom.
Is Tekken? Yeah, the lyrics were right. Was Tekken Sports? Is that the one that had the other big lister?
Yeah.
I think the difference
Sitting on a
between
beach.
Josh and Tekken is Tekken wasn't passionate about it like Josh is. So Tekken doesn't give a shit one way or the other. You know, if it fails, it's a failed product. For Josh, it's a whole different story.
So sitting on the beach. There's no beaches in Vermont. And don't tell me y'all made up a beach on a lake somewhere. That's not a beach.
They don't have any beaches in
That's
Vermont.
that's one of you Yankees that poured sand around a lake. That ain't a beach.
You know, he says that there's no beach in Ohio either, but there is. Beautiful one right out the front door here.
I've been to your house. Out your front door was a damn street.
Well, you know what I mean. 3 blocks to the north. You've been to there. You've seen it. It's nice. It's beautiful.
Well, you know, that's good if they can, going back to what Javis said up there, if they can pull, and I think that's what
There
Todd
you
was
go.
talking about a minute too,
There'll
is
be- Eric's
if they
trying to
can-
get back in my good graces.
if they can
We have
pull water out of a
freshwater
river
jellyfish.
and help cool all of this stuff, that's great. We just don't want it to raise in the level, the temperature of the lake, because that'll cause all kinds of environmental issues and algae spread and fish that are not normally in warm water. So there was my tree hugger message for the day.
Okay, so Odie, y'all don't have beaches. You live beside a reservoir, for God's sakes. You live beside something they dug out and filled in with water. That was one of the latest rabbit holes. There are maps. If you go back and look at maps of the 1500s, you know what's not there? There's no such thing as a Great Lake. You think the map guys missed the Great Lakes? Why do you think it's land there and no Great Lakes? Have y'all seen those maps?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. A strip of land covered with sand, pebbles, or small stones at the edge of a body of water.
There you go.
So,
Somebody kicked him
so Yankees
him
can
out.
have beaches too. At least it's not the shore.
If it doesn't have sharks, it's not a beach.
What about jellyfish?
What
Big
kills
freshwater
me
jellyfish.
back circa 1975, we were up in Kennebunkport, Maine, and I went down with some local kids because I was still a teenager then. I went down to the edge of the ocean with a couple of kids, local kids, and it was like rocks. and 100 feet of sand, and the people were stacked out there like you were laying out, like firewood stacked, and then there would be more rock, and then there would be a little bit more sand, and people were laying out there.
Yeah, we went up to Maine, a couple years ago, and it's not a whole lot of sand going. Oh, there is in some places.
Yeah,
But in those rocky it's beautiful to look at for
Yeah.
sure.
You just say something crazy and the whole chat goes nuts. We got beaches. Oh my God, B, we got beaches.
I know.
I got bitches too. I meant beaches.
Minus beer, don't talk about my place. We've got beaches. Y'all are so sensitive. What the hell?
You'll have some big ass fish on the Great Lakes. Because a buddy of mine scuba dives or used to scuba dive up there a lot, and he said for the water to be so cold, they had some big old fish up there.
We have quite a few hypodermic needles. Oh no, well that was in the past, but
Hey, Odie, you know what else y'all got up there? Y'all got snow. Y'all can keep your sand dunes. You can keep your bitches. Hell, y'all got snow, and the hell with that.
yeah, we get snow dunes in the winter.
The hell with that.
Yeah, it's
My
pretty cool.
my idea of a good snowstorm is it starts snowing on Friday, and by Monday morning it's gone. I don't want to have to deal with it. Besides
Hey, that happens here too. It starts snowing on Friday, and by Monday morning, 2 months later, it's gone. So,
yeah,
it's
large
all right.
sturgeon.
They haven't spilled oil on our beach line lately. Alabama's shoreline's about 10 feet long because Alabama was so retarded back in the 1800s or whatever it is. They declined to purchase the Panhandle for $1 million, for God's sakes. That turned out to be a great decision.
So Pepsi Cola could have been in Alabama. Pensacola. That doesn't have small children.
I'm like, how the hell did we
Doesn't
get
have a good
Pepsi Cola
range.
out of this? I mean, what
I
is?
thought he meant the soda.
I did too.
I got
Pepsi
beaches
Cola.
in Arizona and I got no snow. Oh wait, that's a desert. That's not a beach.
Well, if you dig a pond out there, then you'd have all kinds of beach.
Dave Jarvis,
Nah, it dries up, dude.
Dave Jarvis, you don't count. Your beaches have got things that'll kill people. They're real beaches. They have great white trackers because those things come by your beach. Yours counts as a beach.
Who was that?
Dave Jarvis, he lives on down in off the Atlantic Ocean in North Carolina. You're the other end of North Carolina from you.
Up like the
Swansboro.
OB.
Yeah, Swansboro and all that crazy. So I had AI messaging come up last night, and
I don't know if I have
it was insane. So I didn't choose any of their prompts and just typed my own.
I think they say it goes by how the listing is, so it'll answer the questions from the listing. So if your listing is shit like mine are pretty basic. I'm probably not going to use the product, but although I've been using a lot more ChatGPT with my listings.
Let's go see what else is on this list. Automated feedback. Does anybody have anything negative to say about the automated feedback? I didn't really think.
I just wish it were both sides. The seller and buyer side. It's automated. 7 days.
Well, I mean, you can opt into the buyer side. I mean, I have automatic feedback on the buyer side.
No. I meant so the buyer leaves you automatic feedback. But yeah, you can opt into it. I have automatic feedback for buyers for sure. But it should be the same after 7 days if there's no.
Hey, man, what's up?
But the thing about it is if you have automatic feedback from the seller, when they buy that fancy tuxedo, and then they wear it to, and they give the seller automatic positive feedback, and then, come Monday because they wore it to the prom or to the wedding over the weekend and want to return it, they can't say, well, it didn't fit.
How is
did
that
they
going to
say?
work if there's a return after 7 days after the feedback's already been left? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, most people know when they get an item whether they need to return it or not. Like
Not if you're
like
like my
the
wife. She'll leave something set for a week or two before she'll even open it. Sometimes
well, then
me,
she's
I
spending too
have to
much
open it.
money willy nilly.
No, no. Like
I think you're
she
correct.
bought a laptop the other couple weeks ago, and she is the type that wants a screen protector. She wants the outside shell, so she had to wait for all that to come in, and she won't even open the product until that stuff comes in.
Damn, and
So
so what are you selling, and who are you selling it to?
Yeah, I know.
yeah,
Damn,
right.
she's vicious.
I leave automatic feedback because I don't want to think about it after. So the person who bought the scanner, yeah, they're returning it. The person who bought that camera, yeah, they're returning it. But they did their job by giving me money. you know,
So,
no, I got to
just,
give it back. But
are people not liking their feet pictures and their booty pictures, and you're having to give money back for it? Is that what it is? That makes Todd laugh.
I think, I mean,
This is selling to ISIS.
Shane says Shane says that all of eBay's positive feedback will be negative positive. But Mercari does it already, and they have been for a long time. And it just says this is an automatic feedback left by Mercari, or it used to. I don't know if it still does.
I don't know. They're paying the. I hate the waiting 3 days after delivery sucks to get payment. By the way, it absolutely
That
sucks.
does.
Is that from
And it
Macquarie?
should be like how Whatnot does it. After you sell so many things, it should be automatic, like that.
And that's what eBay should do. eBay should not punish everybody. You know, once you've okay. So every platform has a positive negative. That's a great positive because it's saying selling 1,000 items on Whatnot it's not too difficult, but it's not something everybody's going to do because you have to show some. You've got a lot of practice. You've stuck to it. There's a lot. Most of the red flags will be gone. That's what these other platforms need to take into account. Is you don't punish experienced sellers who have a track record of doing what you want them. You know, it's the stick and the carrot. Like I was talking yesterday. If you don't put the carrot out there for someone and then beat them with the stick because if the carrot's working, you don't need to hit them. You don't need to kill the bunny rabbit if they're doing what you want them to do. You know, the bunny rabbit.
The
See,
waiting period is simply a money grab. There's no specific purpose for it. It's moronic that eBay gets to make more money by keeping our money for
On
extra
the
time.
on the interest on the 10-day float. Oh yeah.
It's
On people, if you don't think about it, it's not really that much money. If you're talking billions of dollars in revenue, that becomes a huge number.
yeah.
Without doing anything different other than changing a couple lines of code, and now all of a sudden, you know, they can report extra earnings to their shareholders.
so if they're holding the money and their excuse is that the buyer may want to return it, that's we have to pay the buyer for the return anyway. That's just
Chaz
the money
says that
grab. That's all it is.
Chaz says they don't leave automatic feeder because of offers. They don't get feedback until that sale's through.
Well, John left us, so did everybody tell him goodbye?
No, he's back.
Bye, John.
Shut
Bye,
up.
John.
Shut up. He's not back. You're terrible, Tom.
We liked it the other way better. Maybe I like it this way.
So
Yeah,
Tamara
that's good.
told
121. Nice.
items on Whatnot yesterday.
And you got time to listen to this BS? You should be in there packing, baby.
she was selling. I was flipping through. I saw that you were selling miniatures. She was selling miniatures, so they shouldn't be too terrible to pack. But
She's
I was
probably already done.
I was selling a lot of hats on Whatnot until the last couple of weeks, and boy, that hit a brick wall. But
what? You don't have hats, or you haven't had a show, or nobody's buying them?
No, nobody's buying.
Dang, Tamara, how
But, I
long
mean,
does
look
it
at
take you
this.
to pack that all up?
Who was
That's on
that?
next
Oh, that's
Sunday.
the hockey team?
It's vintage, yeah, but it needs some work. But that's a good hat. I mean, they had some good ones this Sunday, but just didn't have an audience.
At the game, the match, whatever you call hockey games, those things were probably $50, 35 to $50.
That hat there is from the '90s. It's a Logo 7, I think. Yeah, it's a Logo 7.
Well, what I'm saying is, if you can pick it up for $5,
33 cents is what I pay for hats.
no, I'm talking about the buyer on your show.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's a bargain.
Oh yeah.
That's like I've said before. If you ever find any cruise related stuff like the photo albums and things like that, that's got especially if it's new and sealed, because I've bought a couple. Buy them if they're a couple of bucks, because those things are like $40 to $70 on board the ship, and people buy them in the aftermarket. After people get home and they're like, screw this.
Why the hell did I buy that?
Yeah, why did I buy that? But see, Grumpy's he and his wife, he and Mrs. Grumpy, they have all kinds of pictures taken.
How do you buy a house? How do you buy a house and you're stuck outside on a temporary porch? What the hell? It looks like you have some kind of drive-through window right there that Lori in a minute is going to ask you what you want for breakfast and serve it to you through the drive-through window.
That goes to the living room.
Do you want fries with that?
We leave Friday, Anessa.
Good.
It kind of does look like a drive-through now that you say it.
Where are you going Friday?
I'm going on a cruise.
I have no desire to do raid trains. It's just too much pressure on me.
Oh, that's awesome, Tamara. You'll have a good time. You'll do what?
Yeah.
Just prepare. You'll have more people. Speed yourself up. There's lots of lessons to learn. Odie is the king of raid trains. He's still in here if he's not mad about not having a beach in Michigan.
Hey, Scott, have you slowed down on your whatnots?
Yeah.
I get that question from people. That's why
she's building another one right now, but a lot of the stuff I've sold through. A lot of the stuff that I want and really made the decision. So I've got an advantage that a lot of people don't have with the local auction here, and so we've really decided that is much easier to focus on the local auction because I was losing a lot of time shipping because if you're shipping that big stuff, man, it takes that heavy stuff, that glass, and we get the same dollar or maybe even more at Van Massey by just putting it on a table and labeling it and walking away from it. And so, we're gonna work that angle because I can go up there. We can get it ready on a Sunday like we would have had to do anyway. And then on Monday morning, at time that I wouldn't have been busy anyway, I leave here at 5:30. I get back home between 8:30 and 9. So those are times that I'm not really losing a lot of time on a Monday. I come back and start shipping, or I can ship on Sunday. And so they should.
I enjoy the live aspect of whatnot for the social parts of it.
That's fucking amazing. I'm telling you,
it would take me a long time to move these hats. That's 15,000 sales is nothing to sneeze about. That's for sure.
If you want, I used to tell y'all to watch somebody else, but if you want to watch a machine that's how it's done, man, check out Odie on whatnot.
Odie, I'm having a show similar to yours. It's listed. It's at the end of the month.
And Odie is
some salvage stuff in there.
Steampunk.
Is he full time? Is he full time whatnot, or is he doing eBay and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, they were. He was full time eBay for a long time, and they switched over. About 14 months ago? Gradually going to whatnot. I mean, his source and mess are amazing. He's really taking advantage of his area, and man, he moves a lot of stuff on whatnot.
Most of the big sellers I see on whatnot, they are full time whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
They're not
except for him, his ability to do woohoos is terrible. He needs his lovely wife for that because he's not a celebrator.
Okay, but it just seems like some of the people that I were following that I know as eBay sellers or Amazon sellers or Poshmark sellers that was also doing Whatnot. Whatnot has gone to the side because they just don't have enough time to take care of their
A lot
business.
of it's the inventory.
You got to have
on
inventory
Whatnot.
whatnot. That's the other thing. You blow through a lot of, like Tamara sold 100 some yesterday. Jennifer had a show Sunday and she did really well. She sold like on there for 4 hours, sold like 250 some items. She's got help shipping, but if I had to ship that kind of stuff, that's 2 days of shipping.
I set up my vintage decor. I call it vintage decor show, but there's some salvage and stuff. But it's a end of the month, August 30th, and I've already got pre bids on stuff. That's pretty.
Yeah,
cool.
So if you want to follow him and to see he's Williams Rustic Salvage on Whatnot. He just put it in there. I was reading his mind and I skipped over the pornographic parts just to get his name on Whatnot. Williams Rustic Salvage.
They
Yeah,
run a pretty
Beth.
good show.
I talked to Barry too, and Barry said, "Yeah, the shipping was tough."
But
if
talking to Barry almost every day, and yeah,
I'm gonna tell you what it is on Whatnot to make you better. Someone I know told me if you're going to do something like that, you need to come up with processes and
What the fuck
and
am I doing
procedures
for you?
I'll take
and
a large Coke.
to really figure out think your way through it, how you're going to do this thing and how it's going to be repeatable. Because if you just go do it willy nilly, you're never going to stop struggling. And so I am actually taking that advice and trying to restructure some things.
I talked to Barry when he first did Thrifty Santa. If you guys don't know what we're talking, when he first started doing the Whatnots, and I said, Barry, keep it small at the beginning because you're going to lose your ass on shipping. So Barry did that exact opposite and kept it large, but he's learning now, and he'll have a very successful Whatnot channel.
Well, if you're going to run one a week, you get 5 oopsies, and so
yeah,
as long as you don't have more than 5 large items, yeah.
But you know what? It's an enjoyable process if you're really if you need like social interaction like I do, it's great. That's why I'm here. It's just for social interaction.
But the thought that I had that I'm sitting here looking, I'm losing a Monday to shipping. We're working parts of Sundays. And so, I'm losing a day and a half to eBay. And why are my eBay sales suffering? Because I'm taking away from what was making the money. That same other person also said, take care of the 75%. You want me to put him full screen again, or can he just stay in the drive-through?
Just so you know why I'm going to drive through. It was either me take this, or this was going to be my grandchildren's playroom.
Right.
Oh yeah, it's yours.
So I took this and gave them the bigger bedroom because I really don't need anything.
I kind of like the size of it. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, it looks good.
You got an
outside
window
full
there.
Screen again, Todd. Scott.
Smile.
Think of all the eBay
outside,
shelving you could put in there.
Yeah, you can see what's going on the inside.
Yeah, I know. I was just looking at the room. Is that windows to your left?
Yeah,
John.
Yeah, this whole thing is insulated. It's all closed in, insulated, glass windows.
You know what it's missing? You know what it's missing? If you had a piano in the back corner, it'd be perfect.
Shut the hell.
Missing artwork.
I thought you was gonna say a debt.
I got a 10x12 shed outside that's empty, and I got a 2-car garage with my Fiat in it. I don't have anything, guys. You have to understand, when Lori and I moved in here on our anniversary,
colored backgrounds.
We each carried a suitcase, set it down, and said, "Okay, we're home." Everything in this house is brand new.
Yeah, so Odie, you're 100% correct, and I've said that over and over. And so we were getting behind. I'm like, so what needs to change? What changed to put me in a negative situation was adding Whatnot was just too much. And so we're gonna still. I think we're gonna do a show every other week and just let her sell things she finds, and then the week that's opposite of Aunt Massey, and that way, we'll have something to do once a week.
I'm considering going every other week on the hat shows too, just because it takes several hours to do a show, then several hours to ship, and if nobody's buying, then it gets defeating a little bit, So if I do it once a week or once every other week or once a month or something, it'll be a little better for me.
But you really got to really sit back and analyze your time, analyze, what's making you your money, where you want to be. I'm trying to change things in here so that because John tells me I'm gonna get older and get lazier, which is awful. So
Looks
I
like
need to
I'm
fix.
inside a
I need. I
cardboard
need to
box.
prepare. I need to prepare to be Todd. So, um, how do I transition from working a lot to working the piano 4 hours a day versus 8 or 9? Um,
You got to have an oil well in your backyard to be like Todd, though. God.
but it's there's that's why watching videos and watching a lot of things is so dangerous because so many people compare themselves to other and think they have to do things exactly like others, and everybody's situation is so different and needs are different and station in life are different that you've got to build something that works for you. um,
And let's all be honest. I miss eBay. I miss the old days of working and sourcing and shopping and finding all that stuff.
the thrill of the hunt. Yeah.
Yeah, I miss it all. I mean, I don't get to do any of that anymore. Um, and now next spring may be different, a different story. This winter's a big test for Lori and I. We're keeping the RV and we're moving it to Arizona. We leave on a cruise in 10 days or something. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't keep track of that shit.
the craziest that my brother's doing. He's trying to decide if he wants to get a bigger and let go of his. He's looking at Super C's.
Super C's are nice.
Yeah, that because he's like this. We've been in this thing for so long. He said there's not enough space. You've got to have some space and a little bit of comfort if you're going to do full time in an RV. It's got to have the Sprinter is a little small
What the hell's wrong
for
with
two
my
people.
internet today?
So,
Uh,
whatnot would be perfect for somebody living in an RV. You source for a few days, you have a show, you know, ship
You
it.
better have you better have some sort of following though, because if the things don't sell, then they pile up really quick.
Well, that's when you stop it, when you trade it at the next
Well,
Goodwill.
yeah, or have a yard sale right out
Yeah.
in front of your RV. Yeah.
yeah,
I
Patrick
got
wanted
no
to
internet speed. It's
Patrick
446 up and 292 down.
What do you want?
I might have to. I'm gonna go out and come back in because my fan is going like crazy and I don't know why. So I'll be right back.
I'm on 2 gig. I'm on a 2 gig line.
Yeah, Tamara, that would be fun. You guys move around a lot. I think that would be a lot of fun. Um, see, my brother, they don't resell anymore because um, of his his situation. He can't have income because of disability because of his back, and so they're just traveling, but they want to be more comfortable, and so you got to have some space. The smaller ones, man, you don't. The self built ones are nice for like one person, but when there's nowhere to sit and relax, you're still, even if you're on the road, you still got to have
Tell
a,
them I'll make a deal on mine.
your air conditioners are too crappy. He
My
wants
air conditioners are just fine as long as you're not in Arizona in the middle of frickin' July.
he's got a decent offer on his, and he's picked out a Super C, but it was available today, and so I don't know if I didn't hear from him yesterday. I need to find out if he's doing it or not.
Is that a Super C? Is that like Prevost, one of those?
No.
Is that
Super
pretty
No.
good?
C is a truck.
Yeah, it looks like it's got a Freightliner front on it.
Oh,
It's a Freightliner nose and a RV back.
I saw an RV on a YouTube show the other day, and that sucker had, let's just say it was basically
That's the one he's
40.
looking
It was like 320 square feet. And then by the time they got all the slides pushed out on it, it was like double the floor space because
at. That's a
every
30.
wall was a slide.
That one's a 34 foot. That's the one he's looking at.
Wow, that looks like a lot of money.
Oh, it is.
It's pretty
But
cheap.
when you
compared to
don't
mine.
have a house, but John will tell you when you don't have a house. I mean,
Listen, if you don't have a house, you need the space. Lori and I are going. Do we keep it as a second home? We did not buy anywhere near where, when it comes to numbers, we didn't buy anywhere near what we were approved for. Um, I don't think we spent a third of what our approval was for. Because in Texas, you got to have a pre-approval letter to put in an offer on a house. So
But you're also, and I'm not saying this ugly, I'm being serious. You're an older dude. Why do
yeah.
you want to jump into a mortgage on $1 million house and when you're not at home very much?
I
I can tell
don't.
you why.
Why?
Because since I've known him, what's your goal, John? Since
Private
I've
eye.
known him, he told me he wants to spend every damn dime and not leave nothing for nobody to burn it on the way out.
I ain't leaving a dime for the freaking kids.
But the grandkids are getting it all.
No, my grandkids ain't getting nothing. Nobody's getting nothing. When Lori and I are gone, there's nothing. Nobody gets anything. It all goes to. Um, it's going to go to charity through an investment fund with um,
Oh, you suck.
Vanguard. Vanguard has a charity fund that you can open with a minimum of $25,000. And what they do is they take that money, any money made that year, they give it to the charity, and it stays at a base, so that it's like an eternity gift.
Cool. Who has
Yeah.
that?
Vanguard.
Vanguard.
So in the chat, what that y'all paid attention to eBay Open? What was the most exciting thing? What was the best thing you think was coming? Does anybody have an opinion on what they thought? Now that we're a week out of it, everybody that was there was a lot of excitement and stuff that went on. But now that it's been a week later, you look back and go, there was just a lot of cheerleading. I don't think they really, they're worse to me than Apple is, and Apple just is going to announce their next one coming up. They showed all that stuff for the iPhone and how Siri was going to be better. It's a year later, they still hadn't done that yet. None of, to the fact that they're facing lawsuits for this, to the fact that they haven't delivered.
I'm going to say something about eBay that's going to piss a lot of people off. I don't know that they're here in 5 years.
I think they've got too much money not to be here, John.
Here's the problem, though. They are built on an infrastructure. They've never really updated their hardware, servers, and all that. They always have problems with their servers. When you add AI to that type of server structure and the power that it needs, plus the heat that it generates, they're going to have some serious issues over the next few years. The only thing they can do is keep pumping out what they're doing to get people to believe in them, to keep their money in them. But eBay is going to have major issues with their interface and their servers. That's why Amazon, I'm not an Amazon cheerleader either, but they keep up on technology. Bezos has always been technology first.
That's correct, Patrick. They announced that, but it's probably going to be they're going to up the price.
They have to up the price because they made a deal with Trump to make the phone in the United States. American labor is not going to allow them to sell it for the same price.
But AI is going to control robots, so robots can build them, or robotic assemblers can build them, and
Ain't
then
gonna
there won't
happen.
be any. They won't have to pay the help.
So I don't buy that, Tom.
Tamara, you're 100% correct. I've been to several different companies, and they are all the same thing. They are all very, um, they're all designed to
Any,
fire people
any,
up, to really show
anybody
them.
here ever try to sell Amway or Quickstar when it was that stuff? You ever go to one of their meetings? It's a cheerleader session. That's all it is. But it's the same way. I sold Combine Insurance for a while, and it's the same way. You go to one of their meetings, and it's like almost like cult like.
So
All of
Phil, I
them are.
think it was only I think it was only 300 to go, and I believe that they when they got there, they told them that they were going to give them $300 gift cards to purchase on eBay. So
Did they not get them?
They
I
haven't
don't
gotten them yet. As
they haven't
far
got them yet, but they'll get them.
And I was being sarcastic, uh, John, when I was talking about AI building the phones.
they're not. I mean, is it going to be possible in the future? Yes.
Yes.
Is it going to be within the next 3 to 5 years? I
No.
doubt it.
I don't think it'll be in our lifetime.
I doubt it. But you got to remember two things about when it comes to robotics and stuff like that. One is space. It will take a lot of space. Look at how big an auto assembly plant is to produce cars. Robots need space because they can only do one job, one screw at a time. So
Yeah.
it's going to have a screw, and then it's going to move down the line for another screw. Car manufacturing could be in a much smaller space if people came to the car to make it. Follow. When you need a line, it gets larger in space. And the second thing is going to be energy. Energy is going to halt this AI shit quick. You're going to have energy issues in the very near future.
Roman, you're crazy.
That's the reason everybody needs to be putting up for their own personal use, their own homes. They need to be putting up battery backups, full house battery backups. They need solar panels and wind turbines to keep those batteries charged. So when everybody else is having brownouts, you will at least be able to keep your refrigerator and air conditioner running.
You got California right now has brownouts, and they're talking how you going to support AI in California.
Yeah.
I had a brownout this morning. It was terrible.
I was waiting for it, Scott.
So I forgot what I was going to say now. So I think the opposite, John. I'm very hopeful that eBay will take this opportunity to use the AI to rebuild some of their structure.
I hope they do. Listen, I hope they do. I have a lot of sentimental value with eBay, but the reality of it is, and I've talked to some of their programmers, and I talked to their vice president of programs of hardware, and they all say the same thing. This is old infrastructure.
And there's look who has crawled into the chat, Miss Marcia. I'm so disappointed that you went to Vegas for 8 days and could not close the deal and go visit Elvis.
I
She
know.
didn't change her last name yet on Facebook.
She did not change her last name. I am so sad.
I thought didn't they get married?
So sad. I checked on 2 or 3 times. I sent Harlan a text like 2 or 3 times. You turned the light on yet? No, LOL. No, LOL. No, LOL. That's the answer I got. I'm like,
We've been giving Harlan a hard time. Miss Marcia might not just want to put up with that foolishness anymore. If she gets ready, all she got to do is give him a 30-day eviction notice and tell him to get the hell out. It gets more complicated, expensive the other way.
He's still got his thingamajig, his house.
Yeah,
He's still got his thingamajig, I hope.
His house.
No, she's got his thingamajig on a key ring in her purse.
But I'm hopeful they will.
That's not right, John.
I'm hopeful this is just a base of where eBay is, because a lot of the things they announce are just common sense things that you think they should have been doing this all along. Why is it taking you all this time? It's like they had they're like, well, we're going to have, we want to celebrate our 30 years of being in business and with all our wonderful sellers. And so let's bring them together. Okay, so what, we're really not doing anything for them for the last 10 years. What can we promise them? What, and let's go back and look at messages. What have they been bitching about the most? That's what it feels like. I mean, am I wrong?
Can't say that you're not.
You know, the electrical part of it, John is very, and Grumpy is very correct on it. The electrical part is going to be a big thing, especially in California, where, you know, they had a mandate that by next year there was supposed to be like 50% of the automobiles on the roads in California were supposed to be electric, and then they realized that they can't produce enough electricity to charge the cars, so they had to go back in and change that mandate. They've moved it out for like 10 years or something like that. So,
Was it
Yeah.
my imagination, or did they not talk much about promoted listings at the eBay?
So that's the
opening?
one thing. I guess you didn't listen to the podcast. Josh said that that's the one thing that shocked him was that they did not mention it at all. He said he was there fully for the full on press of promoted listings and all the outside advertising and all that kind of stuff. I, I think eBay, I think eBay read the room and decided they're a little perturbed about fees. Maybe this is not the time to tell them. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I think they were wise and not going down that route because
I think things are going to change in advertising. I think they already are, and I don't know. I don't think Amazon or eBay is prepared to roll out a new advertising platform that's going to be interfaced with AI. My spend is down by 80% for PPC on Amazon, and my sales are stable.
so Marcia said they were filming and didn't want booze. I get that, Marcia, 100%. I mean, I get that the people were there and you guys were excited, and it's nice to see the excitement. You know, the fact that they have at least they pick things that they know are been sore points for a lot of sellers, and to make some corrections moving forward that helps out that side of the business. Um, you know what would have been even more exciting for me? The thing that I think was missing is the number one issue I have with eBay is they do not reach a younger audience. And I didn't hear anything in there that was about what are we doing to expand the reach of eBay? What are we doing to bring eBay to other to other audiences? Because that is a huge weakness. You go ask a 20-something-year-old what eBay is, and they're going to look at you like you just told them that the moon landing was fake, for God's sakes. Um, or you tried to push them off the side of the flat Earth. They're going to look at you like you're crazy. And but you ask them what Amazon is, they'll go, and they'll look at you with the same look and go, "Well, I'm waiting on my Amazon order today." You know what I mean? The adoption of Amazon and the outright absence of eBay is just mind blowing. That they don't have a plan for that, and they'll tell you, "Well, it's too expensive to advertise." I would tell you it's too expensive not to, because Todd and Tom are not going to be here for another year or two, and then and all their friends are going with them.
what?
Somebody's saying the big positive not using condoms with female robots, they can't get pregnant. The problem is China already has a pregnant robot.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was kind of weird.
It holds it in for 10 months or something, and then it pops out a new robot.
Okay.
But that's the that would be, to me, that would be I mean, I can't be the only one who think that way. For me to see what eBay is doing to promote growth on the platform versus, you can talk about, oh, look, we're doing eBay Live and it's going to be so successful. But I see eBay Live and go, yeah, you're gatekeeping it, you bunch of bastards. either quit gatekeeping things and let it go. You're never going to learn. You throw everything else on us. Uh, you're going to do eBay managed payments or else. You, anything that's negative to us, you have no problem to shove down our throat. But anything that can lead to positive things for a seller, they go, whatever, whatever.
Like, why don't you get off some of that money and buy me an S class and send it to me since you're so big into Tesla? S class, not one of those P baby size ones.
What's his name? The postcard guy, Kevin, Fred, Harry, whatever the fuck his name is, just
Mark.
turned 61. Has no plan to slow down. I'm struggling with that, guys.
Are we talking about?
I'm struggling big time with it.
We talking about Mark,
Mark, thank you.
Kevin, Steve, Larry, Bill, Mark. One of those prophets from the New Testament. Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John, whoever you are.
The prophet Steve.
But I'm struggling. I've been struggling with that a lot lately. Getting older, and when do you stop? And is it about money, or is it about just doing something I enjoy?
So we were. I was on the.
Well, it depends on how rich you are.
Well,
Okay.
I ain't Todd rich yet.
I can't afford to take the wife to Ireland if I don't do eBay. So
Take
there
who
you
to
go.
Ireland?
My wife.
They got flat rate shipping, dude.
What?
They got flat rate shipping. Stick her ass in a box and send her over.
She'll put him in a box and bury him 6 feet deep.
But you
But
get my point. You've got to be at a certain
Okay,
level.
so if you're at that level, you should stop.
If I can afford to travel all I want, do everything I want, yeah, I don't need eBay. I'd quit.
So you need the money from eBay.
I don't have to have it, but I need it for the things that I want to do with my lifestyle.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the exciting part. It would have been much more exciting if, and maybe I'm just weird. I want to know what is eBay going to, because I'm
be
like
right
John.
back.
I like eBay a lot. I enjoy the experience. I like the community. I've used this platform for a long time, and it's different than the rest of them. So I want to know, what are you doing to increase the customer base? What are you doing to increase the experience? Because you can fix a lot of the little stuff really the stuff they announced at eBay Open for sellers. You can fix that, and it's six. I give you 6 weeks. You should be able to fix all that. But fixing the customer part is going to be harder. What are you going to do for the customer? Because right now, so that the return I've got coming tomorrow. How mad is this guy going to be? Because he thinks he gets free returns. He's returning an item because it didn't fit a cell phone, a cordless phone. So he's not getting. He thinks he's getting free shipping. He's not getting his return, the shipping money back. And if he's opened that phone, I'm gonna hit him with half or whatever the reduce. I'm gonna go find out what that phone sells for used and whatever the difference is. But
if you choose the wrong return reason, like doesn't fit, not instead of item not as described, doesn't it tell them up front that they've got to pay the shipping back?
I do not know. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't return stuff, so I don't know.
Yeah, me either. If I've made the mistake, I eat the mistake usually.
Am I that weird, chat? I mean, I know.
No, you're
weird.
weird.
You're weird.
I know, John. I know that's a bad question. We don't return stuff. Very rare do we return stuff. I mean, Joni will every now and a blue moon, Joni will print out a label and say, "I'm sending this back. Can you print this label out?" But it is so rare. Maybe a couple times a year, maybe.
We maybe a couple times a year here too. It's just because
And that's
I
that's
buy
on Johnny's side. That's not on my side. It's never me. I just deal with it. Whatever.
If you want to see the return mentality, go into a Walmart when it first opens up on a Monday morning. Up
Oh darn,
by
Tom! I
customer
can't hear
service,
you.
they will have a
Oh,
huge number of return of buggies full of returns,
I
and
realize that
it's
our
crazy
rates are much
stuff. A
lower.
box of pencils.
Our rates are much lower than most platforms. Most things. We're very blessed with that. But
My
um,
mother would check her receipt when she got home from a store, and if it was 1 penny off, she'd go to the customer service desk and get her penny back. So, but she doesn't return things as much. But in that case,
Who has gone from eBay, from selling on eBay, and gone exclusively to another platform that's like eBay? Um,
Me, I guess, because eBay's
Amazon.
trying to be like Amazon. So
well, I'm talking more like Macari, Poshmark,
I know what you're
those type.
saying.
Prairie Dirt.
I'm pulling your leg,
I
Tom.
know, I know you
I
are.
have a bone. I have a bone to pick with Mercari. They have an eBay import. It's supposed to be automatic. I started that import 5 days ago, and it's still not. Nothing showing up, and it won't let me cancel it. I have
I
no
need to
idea
put
what's going
more.
on.
I've sold some stuff on my card I couldn't sell anywhere else. But
I'm just trying
I'm
to
waiting for
cross list.
one that was delivered Monday before I transfer the money. I'm like, because I don't want to do it twice. But having to wait till tomorrow because I have to wait to 3 days after because you know the customer bought two items. One got there one day, one got there the next. Uh, so one is clear, one is not. I'm like, really? This sucks. Having to wait for this thing to clear just to deal with it because I'll forget and it'll be the weekend. Um,
Listen,
Marcia is exploring
I'm gonna fess
Poshmark.
up to something. I am autistic, and I believe I'm autistic. I have not been diagnosed, and a lot of people are saying, "Oh, you just stop when you want to." I have never done anything that I wanted to do. I take everything by social cues. What happens around me, other people do, what things happen around me. That's where I get my information from. And you'll see a lot of that on my channel if anybody's interested. Um, but I just don't know. I am totally confused at what to do right now. I'm
yeah.
lost.
So media picker, I'm just selling an item that has to be because of the Best Buy date. I don't want to risk my eBay account. So Kent, you're just mentally challenged.
Peddling. I really didn't think anything more about it except it was just a little bit more money.
My wife
Because
is
in my
now
mind,
trying.
I'm thinking I can do stuff, and I'm going to do stuff, and it's the body that says otherwise.
Yeah.
And honestly, what I'm looking forward to is being able to see my grandson be 10 years old at my age.
How old is he?
He'll be born in October.
I have been fine.
So, I think sometimes what you start thinking about is changes.
Time left.
Yeah,
Five more.
time left.
I I don't sell clothes, so I don't sell them vintage. Maybe I'm sure somebody else in the chat does. Um,
You
Time
don't
left.
I
sell.
Is
should.
what
Wait a
you
minute.
think
Wait a
about.
minute. Wait a minute. Scott doesn't sell clothes.
just
Doesn't he
pick,
have like 50,000 pairs of
but
ladies' panties?
Vinted is a platform specifically for vintage clothing.
Oh, okay.
Just because it sucks your,
Shut up,
Vintage.
Kent.
um, they don't care
Marcia's
how
trying
big their ass is
Poshmark
over there.
lately. Marcia's trying Poshmark lately, and she's made a few sales. So she thought it wasn't going to work, so she started taking stuff back down. But it's starting to actually pick up for her, and she's not doing all the sharing and stuff. But and she's also going to try that cross lister. I'm going to use ChatGPT agent to do my cross listing for me. I want to see how that works, but we'll see. It's slow.
Eric, you're 100% correct. I've said the same thing. The why drives you in this business. The why really helps you understand what's important, what's not, and and well, age does too. Don't discount age because I think differently now than I did when I started this in 13 full time, and needs have changed and thoughts have changed. You know, one of the pressing things that looks like now is I'm like, how do I deal with this mortgage? I would like this mortgage to go away because that's the only thing standing of really true freedom is the one we don't have car payments, we don't have much of anything other than just regular household bills, except for that mortgage every month. I'm like, how do we make it go away now? And so now trying to
It's
focus more on
it's a
making
matter
it
of
go away.
saving because my mortgage, for example, is the same amount of money that I owed when we got really in debt. 50 grand. That's how much I owe on my mortgage. I know we could make that go away in 2 years if we wanted to, because we've already done it once. That kind of money.
And you young people that's in your 30s, like Anissa,
And this has got kids in their 30s. What are you talking about?
you weren't supposed to mess up my story here. Y'all should be burning this thing up.
We've seen a picture of Anissa in her 30s. What are you talking about?
Anissa,
Uh,
you can go in there and get your needle out and stick it into that Scott dummy. Um, you should be killing this thing because you got lots of energy. By 9 o'clock, I'm ready to go to bed. Y'all just getting cranked up.
I'm terrible with that kind of stuff, Mark. So we decided that we didn't need it. We're not going to do it
yeah,
anymore.
we went all cash for business now. Have to.
I'm terrible with
Now
that.
for like our fence, we took out a home equity line of credit just to do that, but it's such low payments on that. It's
We're
not
$1
enough
million.
work.
I'm $1 million in debt.
I had to go. I had because the reason we got in so much debt was from Amazon.
Yeah, but
buying for
how much
Amazon
inventory
and
your inventory cover? That's your inventory.
My inventory right now is probably about 375. You're talking worldwide, right?
No, only your inventory in India.
I think it's
Somalia.
about 1,500.
Okay.
Yes, I did go international this year, guys.
Case to point. Jake is young. Jake has got all kinds of real estate deals going on. Plus, he's selling. Plus, he's
The dude sells freaking sticks, Tom.
you. You didn't let me finish. He's got his willow farm going. He's hustling. He's young. So by the time he gets to be mine and Scott's age, and Todd's, he'll have plenty of money to take care of those 4 wives and 12 kids.
Right. Yeah, it changes with age. The why is still the same. Why is still take care of the family, no job. And life, but you see things different. You're like, man, what if I could wipe that thing out? Then what? Then your amount of money that you need every month really goes down, and it changes. That'll really change. I mean, it'll pay off when I'm 65 anyway, so it's not super pressing. There's 9 years left on if I paid it out like I'm supposed to. But I'm like, if you made an extra couple $100 a month, if you start running mortgage calculators and what paying a little extra every month does, it significantly cuts down because you're hitting principal.
Absolutely, really stellar life. He'll own up half of the East Coast.
Yeah, he's a smart kid.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
is.
I give him a ration of shit all the time, but he's a very smart kid.
He's not a kid. He's old.
Yeah, he's like 40 years old now.
I talked to his brother David the other day. David says he's ancient. So
I don't know who his motivation or what his motivation was, but to be as aggressive as he is, not in a bad way aggressive. but he ought to thank them every day.
I I see a lot of people talking about they're debt free. I'm until we
No,
bought this house, I was personally pretty much debt free.
not debt free.
Um, this house
Not debt full either.
I asked them for a 7-year mortgage. They wouldn't give it to me. They made me take a 15-year mortgage. Um,
He'll pay it off next year.
who me?
Yeah.
No, I want to pay everything off by 65. Uh, during the pandemic, I got
So next
crushed in
year.
business. And Scott remembers. I didn't know how I was going to. I thought I was done. Lori and I were in Arizona, and I thought we were out. I eventually took an SBA loan, and although I'd like to pay it off, my accountant says it's a kind of stupid idea when it's 3.75.
Right. The cost of using their money is very cheap.
The cost of using their money is just so cheap. And then, no, I'm not 65, like I'm sick. I'm 59, right? I think I'll be 60 in February.
John shared a photograph of him and Lori when they got married. Lori looks like she's about 17. And John looks like Lori's father should have had a restraining order put on him.
Lori does not look her age at all. Lori looks 40.
But he does. He looks so much older than her.
I lived a good life. This is the result of drugs and alcohol. I mean, I don't know what you want me to tell you. I can't. There's a lot of medicines I can't take because my liver can't process them.
Right.
I have liver damage. I lived I did a lot of drugs and alcohol in my lifetime, and this is the rewards of it.
Glenn, you'll be 60 in February? Dude, you don't look that old.
And y'all are young.
I'll be
My wife is
68 in
unwilling to
December.
Peddling profits. I could write a check today and clear 98% of my debt probably.
Like a while ago, you were trying to get onto my wheel train, like you're on Todd's. As it stands right now, Oliver will be getting it all. My kids ain't getting nothing. So if he doesn't have any cousins by then he'll get it all.
Mark says his identical twin brother's turning 61 too.
No way.
Todd is only going to be 80 this year, lag.
I am not sitting here complaining. Lori and I are set for life. We really are. She's filing for Social Security this month. We have more money coming in than what we actually know what to do with.
So dang, she's just filing for Social Security, and you've been claiming it for 15 years.
You fuck. I can't claim Social Security until I believe I'm 67
Yeah.
because of the business. The business has way too much income.
And then after you turn 67, it doesn't matter.
Right. Right. But I've thought about some things recently. I may sell the business.
And then what are you going to do?
Harass you about systems and processes.
He's gonna buy him one of those suites on that ship that never docks.
No, I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm winding down on my cruising days. Lori knows it.
I was going
Lori
to ask
knows.
you if you told her yet.
Yeah, I told her. I told her if we bought a house, we had to travel less.
Why did you buy a
Hell,
house?
huh?
Why did you buy a house?
Where
I
you
He's
don't
sitting
going,
in it.
know.
Tom?
I said, why did you buy a house?
Oh, why?
In case I die.
Oh,
And
I
it's
was
right.
wondering whether you were afraid that they wouldn't be able to get the stretcher out of the RV.
No, no, I don't care. I don't care about me. It has nothing to do with me. It was the Lori wanted to be in a particular area. Um,
Your kids are nearby,
if
aren't they?
something happened to me, to her daughters here, she has one daughter here, and grandchildren that we see often, and that's why we're here.
Is the daughter the mother of the teenager that you just took on the cruise?
No, no, but
Oh,
neither of our kids know how to handle money, so they ain't getting it. And they've been told that, and the deal is at the end of every year they have to show me their savings accounts, their investments, and everything. And based on their investments, it's what they'll get out of my inheritance. And so far, they've both got zero saved, so they get zero out of my inheritance, and they know the deal.
My kids ain't getting an inheritance either. It's not because I don't want to give them one. It's just they ain't got shit.
Jacob's just going to keep living here when we both pass.
I do believe that.
That's his inheritance.
So I don't know if y'all look at the crazy one on Facebook. Uh, he's been a big help to her the last couple of days. Let me find it.
What's he making? Frickin' pizza rolls?
Nah, I think they're doing pizza tonight though.
Dude loves to cook.
I don't know why you didn't go to culinary school.
So y'all,
There's still time.
there is because it's too expensive. So they started doing this. So that's shelf one.
It does look. I saw Joni's pictures, man. That looks nice.
There's shelf two.
I suck at retirement.
There's shelf three.
Wow. He
There's
came out of
shelf,
the cave?
there's shelf four.
He came out of the cave?
There's shelf five. The bottom of one of the other ones, and then the sixth one.
Is that all Pyrex?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's more. There's a whole table full in the spare in the office that she's like, I ain't figured out what to do with these yet. I need another, at least one more shelf. I'm like, really?
Yeah, she has an
It's nice.
amazing Pyrex collection.
It's nice for her because it's finally coming out of storage and she can
And that
look at it.
and that doesn't count if I go open one of the kitchen cabinets is all the way up because that's all we eat on. So they've spent the last couple 3 days unboxing everything and then cleaning the office and rearranging and
I'm not very smart with money, guys.
What the hell
I
did
ain't
Ken?
gonna. I don't hide that. I'm not very smart with money.
like you've seen it.
I have people that
Right,
manage
right,
my
seen
money
everything.
for me.
Yeah, John, that's what I thought, but she don't let me sell it. Okay, well she did donate, so there's like 20 bowls that she doesn't want. Okay, well she wants sold at Van Massey, so we're gonna sell like 20 bowls, but other than that, what and I think too that she's going to use that against me to tell me that because my phone is now blowing up with all these watched and offers and all this crazy shit for Pyrex. I'm like, I'm gonna make you open up your own eBay account, and then she reminds me that I stole that one. I'm like, well, you're gonna open up another one. We can have 5 or 6 eBay accounts. They don't care.
Let me address something right here. Kent, I do hope I outlive my wife. I couldn't live without her. So I have to go first. So she will outlive me.
I'd
I
like
feel the
to.
same.
I would love to outlive my wife, but I doubt it'll happen.
I don't
So
want to. No,
John
I
Jones,
gotta go first.
she's been collecting Pyrex since like 2000. She said 27 years when she started this. So I don't think she, and she's wanting to finish this set and finish that set and whatever.
I I bet Joni was going, now, Jacob, when I'm gone, all of this will be yours. All this Pyrex will be yours.
There's some
And
pieces.
Jacob's like, I won't see it from the cave, Mom.
There's some pieces in there that are $400 and $500 each.
Wow.
Yeah, so John Jones, it is way better than collect. The price of that has gone in the last few years has gone significantly up,
You know
and
what?
the reason, and it's a reseller reason, and the reason why is why is vintage and stuff coming back in style right now. It's because the effects of the, and that's why I'm hopeful for reselling. I think that eBay has some longevity to it if they can get to the right buyers, because the millennials don't care about anything. They're still wanting to live in the van by the river. They're wanting to go around the world. They're wanting to do all the trips and experiences, and and that's fine. I get that. But Gen Z is different. They are wired different to where they want what our grandparents had. And what did everybody's grandma have? Corel, Pyrex, all the stuff Jennifer sells. You know, they want stuff from the 70s, early 80s, 70s, and 60s. They want stuff, and it's truly an opportunity if you can find that kind of stuff, or if you're interested in that kind of stuff. Go look at some of these antique stores that have got booths and see the prices they've got on a lot of this stuff. It's insane. Then I guess the reason why they've got the price on there is because they get it. Um, but it is truly that she needs an insert for just Pyrex. Yeah, it's a good thing we don't live in California, no earthquakes, because that stuff. Because the way she's got it stacked, they would go everywhere. Um, hey, Harlan, good morning. Um, I can't believe you caused me to miss wing night last night.
What?
I'm like, if Tracy and Harlan aren't going, I ain't going. What the hell?
I was talking
Uh,
to a high school buddy of mine, and he, of course, he's my age, and
They're still alive? Your high school
his,
buddy?
yeah, smart ass. Um, they were having Sunday dinner a couple of weeks ago, and his granddaughter, who was in her 20s, early 20s, said, "Grandma, when you pass over, when you go to heaven, I want this room. I want the china cabinet with everything in it. I want the the dining room table that will sit 10 people." And she said, "Sweetheart, why?" And she said, "Because I like entertaining, and you've got some really nice stuff here."
yeah, so you're 100% correct, Pelham Profits. It lasts all that. As long as you'll hand wash it and not throw it through the dishwasher, that's the only place it really gets damaged. Because I mean, we eat out of it daily. I mean, we do use a lot of paper plates and stuff, but if it's any kind of bowl or any kind of dish, Johnny uses them to bake cakes and all. Just you just got to know one thing. You got to understand that capital Pyrex and lowercase Pyrex are completely different. Lowercase Pyrex is the newer stuff. It's whenever the company went through the transitions, they changed the glass that they use, and it's nowhere near. As long as you're buying the vintage uppercase Pyrex, it's hard. It's hard to do. I moved it twice from North Carolina. All that stuff I moved twice. We didn't lose a bowl, and I'm the worst packer. She'll tell you. You may go in there and get.
Look at the chat, Scott.
Oh
Look
Lord.
at this chat.
Mama's in the chat.
What John Jones said when you got tired of it, I told him that wasn't happening. See, there's your answer, John. I told you she's never going to get tired of it.
All right, guys, I'm out of here. I got to go work on the RV.
I gotta go.
I
Gotta
told
go
you the only.
down with it.
I just told him the only reason why she's going to sell those is because she wants to replace them with something. She's not being charitable. She's not helping out with whatever. she's got scheming to replace those with different bowls.
Bye, John.
Yeah, I got to go too. I got to finish doing laundry and getting
Bye,
packed.
Tom.
Hey, I can help you out with that.
You're just such a smart ass. Um, we worked.
I mean, I was explaining to him, Johnny, that somebody said it lasts a long time. It does. I'm the worst packer, and me and Jacob moved that stuff twice from North Carolina. And we didn't lose any bowls. No lids, no bowls. We broke all kinds of other shit, but we didn't break any Pyrex.
You know what? Last thing before I go, my mom and dad moved. No, excuse me, not my mom and dad. We had some neighbors.
They say the memory's the first thing to go.
Yeah, it is. My neighbors, my mom and dad's neighbors, when they moved out to the lake beside them, they moved from in town Rock Hill out to the lake, and the first thing the moving company did was set set the lady's dining room table down into a gravel driveway, and scratched the hell out of that thing, and that thing was like 150 years old. Tucker said, he said, you would have thought somebody just killed one of our children. But I no, we move out here. If we're not buying new stuff to just buying new stuff to fill the new house. I'll have a moving company come in because I'll break something that Roberta don't want broken, and then I'll have to live for it the rest of my life.
Yeah, so pet and profits, anything that's got a little damage on it, like bowls and stuff, that's the one she goes. Those are she still loves them. We just use those, and so they're the bowl might not be perfect. A lot of them are really they are, but a lot of other ones are not. And she just like what I want it anyway because I want to use it, and so we keep it.
So, are you serious? The big P on Pyrex, I guess, on the bottom of the bowl.
No, it's the completely across, Tom. It'll be capital letters, the whole
all
word
the way across.
Pyrex.
All the
Yes,
way
and
across
if it's all lowercase, it's a different kind of glass. It's not made to really the extreme heat of ovens and things. It doesn't last like the older stuff is all uppercase, and it is much stronger. Johnny can tell you exactly what glass they changed from one to the other and why it's so brittle. But
you want to make more contact, Tent? Get Joni to do your Pyrex show.
Is that right there? Is Pyrex versus Pyrex.
And the Capitals is the old stuff.
The Capital is the old stuff, the strong stuff that you can't. It's 100%.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Y'all put up with this hour and a half of nonsense for one little tidbit, and there it is right there. All right, I got to go. Y'all have a great day.
Bye, Tom.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Bye.
But
we'd never get rid of them.
The vintage stuff is so hot because that generation is coming into their 20s and they're getting married. They're doing all the things and they're creating households. And so they want the older stuff. And I get it. I like the older stuff too. Because it does last, folks. It's, we were doing something the other day. Johnny's like, you realize if I wouldn't have just, we swapped plates and stuff, she said, if I'd have just kept all that old Corel, how much money that stuff's worth? I'm like, oh yeah. Am I ready to go to Walmart? Sure. Come outside and get me when you're ready. I'm ready.
I'm never ready to go to Walmart.
So Joni, what is your favorite piece in your collection? She does. It might be that one she unpacked the other day. I know she really likes that blue one with the gold. That was she has too many. She'll be in there looking at you.
Too many. You can never have too many of something you really like.
Look how pretty it is. This little darling. She talked to them like they're children.
Volkswagens.
She absolutely talks to them like they're children. But
I have Volkswagens everywhere, so I should build a shelf like that and display them.
But if you watch the trends and you watch these things, you understand. I mean, look at Jennifer. She's switched. She still does eBay, but she is really doing very well on Whatnot, and she's selling what. Okay, so here's some of the keys. Sell what you like, because people can see the passion in it. If you're going to do live, be kind. You're already an expert in your own category, so how many times I got to remind y'all. One of my favorite YouTubers who's long gone from YouTube, Crazy Picker Life. The kid loved cameras. The dad loved cameras, and the kid went nuts on it. And they have a huge camera eBay store. Uh, it is easier when you have a passion for something.
Do they still sell? I'm assuming they do.
I'm assuming they do. I didn't
Yeah.
bookmark the store, but
I
I'm
wish.
assuming they do.
You
Owls.
can never
Oh
have
wow.
too much. Yeah, but Brenda, that's too many for you, but it was not too many for your mother.
You can't have too many. I love owls.
Marsha loves owls too. Owls
Um,
and koalas and everything green.
but it's people want to know, how do you do this for the long haul? If it's a passion, if you do, if you sell what you like and can collect what you like, it's a okay. So there is a fine line. If you collect a lot too, you end up the fine line between over collecting and underselling. You have to know. Um, so Crazy Picker Life still sells. Oh, there's not, dude. They're so freaking good at it, and such a passion.
Their videos really
That
inspired me when I was new. You know, just
man,
wish
just a
they were still around.
I regret that. And he's one of the ones I never got to meet. He's got, just a great personality and very personable and very knowledgeable. And you know, it's a shame that it was ruined by the general public who uh, think negatively for someone because they're folks. This is the way it used to be. It used to be that. Look at all through history, or okay, well, the history they've told us. Okay, so through history, whereas if so, say your dad's a printer and runs a printing press, what's the son going to do? He's going to learn to
Probably
trade
print.
and take over the printer press from it was the parents always taught the family business. If you know my great grandfather was a farmer in Michigan. What did my grandfather do? He was a farmer in Michigan. Uh, my uncle who just sold his farm in Michigan. These things go down. These things not as much to this generation, but in times past. And so we talk bad about, okay, so this is a family teaching their children how to make a living doing the things, you know, because they're, should he be going to college? Don't fall for that scam. It's sickening that the public pressure and the peer pressure and the negativity put on someone because they're not doing it the way you think they ought to do it.
I was supposed to be a farmer in Pennsylvania, but I am not a farmer. So that dream of my grandfather's
Can you
died with me.
can you imagine Steve as a farmer? Steve would go, I'm supposed to get up and plant the crops this morning. Fuck it.
No, I worked. The reason I'm not as active now is because I had to work that shit my entire life. As a kid,
That is a
it kind of wore me
hard,
out.
a lot of
It
hard work
is.
and
It was produce,
discipline,
produce
and
farm, yeah.
yeah, it's
And I was out there on my hands and knees. He had 32 acres that he could plant, hands and knees weeding that stuff and picking berries and okra and watermelons and whatever else he grew,
yeah. Be two hundred
collard
thousand,
greens.
be 200,000 in debt, and be able to tell me uh, something about the English language or something, or
Want to know how
art
long ago I paid off my
degree.
student debt? My student debt wasn't paid off until last year, from 1990.
I
Now, a lot of
don't.
that's my fault.
The saddling that these people. We have saddled an entire generation with insurmountable debt.
John Jones, I wish I had a crop of air cooled VWs.
Oh, he's talking about your picture behind you. It looks like it's on a field. It looks like it's ready to plant
No,
your.
that's actually at the beach that you don't think is a beach.
I don't. Where's
That's
the
a
shark fin? You see
professional.
the? Where's the shark fin? I'm looking for the shark fin.
That is my car, but that's an old picture when I took the time and buffed it all out. Professional photographer came and liked it, so he took a picture of it.
And this is all her older kids are using it agrees. Well, if you have like 30 kids, some of them might use it at their degrees. So there you
I did not use my. I never got the degree. I went for 1 year, believe it or not. But I went to a private school, so it was very expensive. I could have used it, but
Yeah, you
I
need to
didn't.
teach me the trick about how they got out of the house. I didn't learn that one. Yeah, John, my dad had one. That was an amazing car.
I never had a Carmen Gia, and I've never had a bus. I wish I. I mean, I'd give this car up for a bus, a good, one that runs. But
Between both
they're
my
so
parents,
expensive.
I think my parents had most of them. They had the wagon. They had too many bugs to count. Mother had the van. Daddy had a Carmen Gia. They had a lot of them.
I got to get back out and get that thing running again. I replaced the engine and never got it finished tuned, and then we got into that debt, and so I just haven't been out in the garage in 2 years
Yeah, I
to
need
get
to.
it.
I really need to put the window back in Jacob's car since nobody else is going to drive it. I should drive it around the little Volkswagen.
You still have that blue van?
No, sold it last week.
Oh, just last week.
Okay, well, it sat at the
Well, I
the
got
repair
that.
shop for 2 years,
Should.
and then I finally it took me 8 weeks to get a lost title, and then once the title came, I just
Gone.
sold it for to be done with it. Uh, so just out of my hair, thank goodness. Woot woot. No more blue van. The side of concrete over here is got way too used to having a trailer over there versus a van.
Yes, Brenda, a Volkswagen bus, not a. I'd take one of the new electric ones. Those things are pretty cool. I got to stopped at a dealership and took a look at one.
I saw one the other day in
I've
IRL.
never seen one on the road yet, but when we were down in North Carolina, her mom was buying a car at a Volkswagen dealership. It wasn't a Volkswagen; she bought a used car. But while we were there, I saw that they had one in the showroom.
So Laurie, my mother had a
Nice
'76
cashy.
convertible.
Mine's a
Um,
70, but it's not a convertible. This
I
was
told
my
you
very first car.
no hate
There's a
party.
long story behind. There's a long story behind this car.
Mike, you throw your own parties. I don't want to throw. I don't want to go to any of your hay hauling parties.
Jabus, I'd drive a Vanagon. I would. Not. I wouldn't give up this car for a Vanagon, but I would drive one.
But they had them all. My parents had all of the thing, all of them.
I don't care if it's a '79 bus or a '63 bus. I still want. I would a bay window
But
or the old bus. I don't care.
I think even the '80s the Euro looking ones with they've still got a lot of style. I've grown to really like them as well.
I had the chance to buy a '60s. I don't remember the year bus, and it was a goat hauler. They hauled goats in it. They took all the seats out, and I could have got that thing for $700. But that day, and this was back in the late '90s, I only had $600 on me that day, so I could. It was at an auction. Now you couldn't buy that same vehicle for 10 grand.
Yes, the value in those things has been absolutely
Yeah,
amazing.
Jabus, I'd take a Westie. That would be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, the problem is you get so used to the creature comforts of like a Sienna.
When you drive this car, it's
Rock and roll.
when you drive this car, you feel like you're in the past. It's really it's just
Let's
nice.
tell.
No music because it's too damn loud. I did probably put some sound editing stuff in there. I don't have a carpet in it. Yeah.
Yeah, but the nice thing about that is if you redo if you redo it, all the sound editing stuff that you can put in them now, you can if you redo a van now, you can make it way more comfortable and way more everything and
I
quieter.
put there's a product you can buy at Lowe's. I can't remember what it's called, but it sticks. It's for roofing, but that's what I'm using for sound editing because that's what a lot of the guys use. And It works really good. But I still got work to do. I got to get the engine tuned. That's all it really needs done. I just haven't had a chance to get out there. It's been so hot this summer, and
But
I don't like working in the heat.
that's the one thing with the way trends change. If you pay attention to reselling trends, especially with the older stuff becoming so popular, um, just start doing some research on what some of this stuff is worth. Look up the mushroom sets from Sears from the '70s, for God's sakes, and
Marcia has sold one of those.
to understand how much those things are worth, even just one of them.
She got them for like $8 at a yard sale. The whole set. It was nice.
And the same thing with the vintage pots and pans. Man, the amount of money that's in the 5-ply stainless and all the stuff from the '70s, '80s, a lot of the ones that you can only buy like like a party seller, or like the multi-level marketing, those kind of things. It's amazing because people understand the quality of this stuff. This stuff ain't going anywhere.
It's hilarious to me how bad the concept of multi-level marketing is, but how good the products actually
A
were in
lot of
some
them are, yeah.
cases. Yeah.
Like it's a, look, I mean, everybody knows Salad Master. Look at the value of Salad Master, and don't, and most people will stop there. Don't stop at Salad Master because there's so many of those, Duncan Hines has decent value. There's like 4 or 5 or 6 of them that are really sought after. To the point was I never released a video. I've got a short on my phone when I need to. Joni and I were at a thrift store. It was the thrift store where remember I told y'all the lady was telling us her daughter was arrested on 17 traffic violations, 17 traffic warrants. It was that thrift store. They had she had a big tub of lids back there. The lid said 99 cent any lid. There were 5 Salad Master lids in that bucket.
Javis, some of that old Kmart stuff is starting to have some value because the Kmart's not around anymore. I sold a blow up tube for the swimming pool from Kmart not that long ago. It was actually Kresge, but it was just before Kresge became fully Kmart because there was Kresge's and Kmart's, but it's same store.
If you learn
But I sold it for like $25.
If you learn what Salad Master looks like, the lids are, you can spot them from a mile away with the little vent on them. Because I saw the vent and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm going through this whole damn bin, and there ended up being 5 of them in the bin.
If anybody follows LGR on YouTube, Lazy Game Reviews, I guess is his original name, but he just did a video on a computer from Kmart. They used to have their own computers, blue light computers. They were really cool. Anyway, you find something like that, you bet it's going to have some value because there's collectors out there.
This is your warning, and we'll let Todd tell us his thought. Halloween stuff is hot right now. I've already sold a couple pieces. It's the second most spent holiday season for decor.
Isn't that crazy?
Get it up now. I listed a mask yesterday, ugly green one.
I ran into some people at the bins yesterday, Goodwill bins, and they're on Whatnot, but they were buying a bunch of Halloween stuff, and they're going to have a Halloween show on Whatnot. Now, it's not stuff I would buy. It was way too big for me to ship, but
yeah, I listed that yesterday.
Oh, that's one I haven't seen before.
His name is, I think his name is Sarah. Is the I paid $25 for it at a yard sale. Yeah, Sarah Spook Mask from Fun World. I've got it listed for 38 plus shipping.
I have an orange one, I think, in the basement that I got to check and see if it's still listed. Probably not.
Yeah, just get that stuff listed. Now, what were you going to tell us, Todd, Mr. Hand?
I'm just going to chime in with the cookware. I've still got the full set of Vitacraft 5-ply.
Right.
That I bought in 1977. I've had that longer than I've had Gwen.
You realize I was only 8 years old then?
It was.
Yeah, I was even younger. I was born, so I was 6.
It's still guaranteed for life. I can send in a piece, and they'll replace it for free if it's broken or damaged.
I don't own a single thing I owned when I was in 1977.
Look up Vitakraft. It sells
I'm
for
sure it's
big
good.
bucks on eBay. I bought some at like
I mean,
estate sales and sold it.
there's great brands, All Clads, modern. There are some modern brands that are really good. All Crafts one. The one that I didn't know that I did really well with was if you find, and it's the multi level marketing of Towncraft. Towncraft really sells. Look up the Towncraft electric skillet for heaven's sakes. I left one because I didn't have the plug. I could have got it for like $5. I did not realize how dumb I was being.
I'll have
Yeah.
to go. We have a bunch of Christmas ornaments upstairs. I'll have to see if I think she delisted them all. She doesn't want them anymore, so maybe I'll look through them. I got to start on listing that kind of stuff. I sold most of my Christmas stuff at the yard sale, though. I just wanted it gone, but it wasn't anything that would have brought me great money on eBay.
All right, I have to go I have to go to Walmart. Unfortunately, I'm being drugged to Walmart because I agreed to
You
take
know
it.
they deliver, right?
And she normally does that. I don't understand why I'm having to take her, but I don't know. She wants to
Maybe
go,
she just
so
maybe your wife just wants to spend some time with you. Never mind. I was
so Jr. List Easier will never have automatic pricing. Everybody who wants that and thinks that that's an API eBay issue. It's not List Easier because they can write that code in very quickly. eBay considers their pricing structure through the AI to be proprietary information, and under your contract to use their API, you are not allowed to use anything with pricing. If you do, you're in violation of their terms, and they will kick you out of the API program.
when they catch
To the
you.
point where as you level up and use more of the API, you must pass tests showing them that you don't pull data, that kind of data, and customer privacy and all those kind of things. So um, I'll give you a hint. The second one you mentioned, it has a pricing feature. It's not AI pricing. It's it's an old database that they're using and calling API AI. I'll just leave it at that.
And just look at eBay on itself. Do you trust the suggested price anyway? No.
No,
Even if they could use it,
but
they're gonna.
they would scrape. But then the problem is yes, it's very difficult to go one to one on used items and what condition and all those things. So you really want to do your own research anyway.
Yep. Oh, they got a Monet back guarantee. That's nice. I'll take a Monet.
Yeah, if I get a Monet, I'll see y'all on another channel somewhere. Yes, you should only trust Bigfoot.
I got a new big. Oh, you can't see it. My thing's on. I got a new Bigfoot toaster for the. It's a little flag. I ordered some stuff from Temu the other day, and I forgot to put that out of my cart.
So Southern Vermont Vintage, there's a huge difference. It does not scrape the API. It looks at what's available just like we do. It doesn't use their API, so that's the
There it
difference.
is.
Is ChatGPT is using uh, the internet versus the API access that are granted by eBay.
I used ChatGPT to do a couple of listings. It did a fantastic job. It's just really slow. I used their agent mode, and yeah, it'll scrape the price data for you, but it's using your own account. It's not using an API.
Make a video at Wally. You'll see how much I irritate Joni and wonder why she keeps me around. That video, that'd be a good one. All right, we will leave you with the lovely sights and sound. Hey, Dave, wake your ass up.
Woke up to the grind, search bar twisted, nothing feels the same. Margins bleed like oil, my listings disappear. AI scans my soul, whispering in my ear. Silicon shadow.